What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to the Uncommon Mindset podcast. Today, I'm joined by someone who needs no introduction, but I'll give you a brief background on who he is. Today, I'm joined by Paddy, the Baddy Pimblett. Paddy is a professional mixed martial artist fighting out of Liverpool, England, and he is the most recognizable fighter on the Cage Warriors roster and the former lightweight champion. Paddy has a professional record of 15 wins and only 3 losses. The future for this Baddy is definitely a bright one, and what an honor it is to have him as a guest on the podcast today.
Thank you very much, fella. Appreciate that.
No worries. So let's just start off by, taking it back. How did you get into mixed martial arts?
Well, I wasn't like young, you know what I mean? A lot of fighters got in it from when they were early, like proper kids. I never done no karate or no judo or nothing like that as a kid. I just went to next gen when I was 15. Started training, you know what I mean? I got into it because of the UFC. Obviously, I watched one of my mates in my eyes, Kyle Wilson, told me about it. And he what's it called? He told me to watch a fight and watch Clay Guida versus Diego Sanchez, which is just a war. And then the first one I stayed up for was Franklin versus Belfort, and Belfort knocked him out in like a minute. And then I always say this, I went for a jog after that fight, finished at like 6 a.m, you know what I mean? And then just started going to the gym a few days later, you know what I mean? I was just in the gym constantly from then on.
Yeah. Nice, man. Nice. You mentioned obviously you started, because of the UFC. I was watching an interview with you before, and you mentioned that the UFC actually came to sign you twice, was it? And you actually turned them down. What was the reason
twice.
for that?
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Well, looking back now, I know I wasn't ready, but at the time I thought I was. But the first time they come in, I just won the Cage Warriors featherweight belt, and I wanted to defend it. You know what I mean? And Cage Warriors gave me a lucrative new contract, so I took it. And then the second time they come in, I was fighting in a couple of months in the Echo Arena again for the second world title. I didn't know, and I didn't even know at the time, but I had to get hand surgery as well. But when I got the phone call to fight the second time, it was for the Echo Arena show, and I was in America. I'd just been on because I ended up being on the Ariel Helwani show, telling them that I weren't. I've got that T-shirt on actually, mad, saying that I weren't taking the UFC offer. But lad, I was there. I was about 86 kilo, lad, and I was going. I was in New York, and then I was going to Texas for a few days, and then when I got home, I went straight to Cyprus with my family because my mum and dad were renewing the wedding vows. So I didn't end up getting back till like mid-April, and then that UFC card was May, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that. I would have struggled a lot to make weight, to be honest.
Yeah. It's interesting you saying that, because I've seen a lot of people, a lot of haters online. They always say, "Oh, if he's that good, why is he not in the UFC?" But little do they know that you actually turned down the UFC yourself, right?
Yeah, that's it. A lot of people don't bother to listen to interviews and other stuff like that where I've mentioned it, so they don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. You mentioned as well that you had you had surgery on your hand. I was watching a previous interview with you, and you did mention that you went through a lot. You went through like a really difficult time. You went through like depression and stuff. What was that like, and how did you overcome a situation like that?
It was horrible. You know what I mean? There's nothing like it, because I got surgery and then I fought when I shouldn't have. Fought like 3 months after surgery, and my hand was still cabbaged. I fought, made it worse, lost because of the hand. You know what I mean? I never had no strength in my hand to finish a choke, so lost because of it. And then for the next few months after that, it was just proper bitter disappointment and thinking about my hand. Everyone telling me before that I should pull out, and then I never. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have even fought that night, but I did, and I still won 5 rounds. So I'm proud of myself for that. But that's just one of them. You grow up and you learn, and that's what I've had to do. And I'm not like a lot of other fighters that I've grew up doing this job. I haven't grew up and then started fighting. I started fighting when I was 16. So I've had to learn on the job. And going into fights with broken hands, lad, is a bad idea.
Yeah, no, of course. What is your goal now? Because obviously I know you're fighting in March, right? March the 20th.
Yeah.
Super excited. Is your goal like to get another Cage Warriors title, or is it to actually be signed by the UFC? What's the goal?
Well, yeah, that was the goal, like to get another Cage Warriors belt. But now I can't even be arsed waiting around for the belt. Know what I mean? Once I've won this fight, the UFC come in, I'm theirs. Know what I mean? And I'm guessing that if I get a finish in this fight, they'll be wanting to sign me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I can't wait for it, because it's kind of funny because you actually fought on March the 20th last year, right? And you
Yeah.
actually won, so repeat of
Mad.
that would be nice.
Yeah, another first round finish, lad, and we're flying.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. No, I'm excited. What's really exciting about watching you, I think, is when you come out, your walkout song and just how hyped you are, it just gets all the crowd exciting. So that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we need crowds back, lad. Just my walkout's one reason. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need crowds back badly for stuff like that.
Oh, of course, no, of course. Have you ever thought of like going abroad to like America or anything like that, training out there, or are you just happy and content with Liverpool?
Yeah, I'm happy where I am. Know what I mean? I don't think I need to go and need to leave my gym. Know what I mean? I think I've got one of the best head coaches in the game in Paul Rimmer. Know what I mean? Our coaching team's unbelievable as well. So like, we have a lot of good guys in our gym as well. But obviously, when I start fighting in the UFC and stuff, I think I might try a gym in America. Know what I mean? Just a little camp. And to be honest, where I've been looking, I'd probably go with ATT.
Nice.
Or
Top team, yeah.
in America, like, or for as a Hardy's gym in Canada.
Nice, yeah. No, they're both amazing gyms, yeah. I did a podcast with Mike Davis the other day, and he's in American Top Team, and he said there's killers out there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just a gym full of killers, isn't it? So
yeah, of course. No. And it's funny you say that, because I watched another interview with Cage Warriors you did, and there was an amateur with you. He was doing like the padding work.
yeah.
And you mentioned that you can still learn from amateurs. It's not just the pros that you can learn from, and that's really interesting what you said there. Do you want to just elaborate on that?
You can learn from anyone. Know what I mean? It doesn't matter if they're a white belt or anything like that. Know what I mean? You can learn off anyone. Like little Fran is a quality boxer. Know what I mean? He's boxed amateur, and his footwork, like the gym that he comes from, the Rotunda, they're known for the footwork, and his footwork and his boxing's lovely. And like, I can pick things up like that from him, just like he can pick things up off me grappling.
Yeah. Of course. No. What are we expecting now from March the 20th? Have you been working on anything specifically, or?
No, I haven't been working on anything specifically. You know what I mean? Not for this opponent. I can't even say who it is yet because it's not announced. But no, I'm just gonna come out and I'm gonna, obviously, every fighter for the last few fights I've said I want to come out and show me striking off. And in the last fight, I think I threw a 1-2, and that's the only like strikes I threw on the feet, and I hit him with it. And then he threw that kick where he ended up on his back off. But like, I wasn't even going to shoot in on Decky Dalton. I was going to stand with him. But that's just the way stuff happens at times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been focusing a lot on me boxing over the past few months. So first 2 minutes at least, I'll be standing there, using my range on him and jabbing his head off, using me teeps. You know what I mean? He's gonna, I think he's gonna come out and try and put me on my back, and he's not gonna be able to. I think I'm just gonna absolutely ping his head off.
Amazing. What goes through your mind when you actually like walk out to a fight? Like, are you ever like nervous, or are you just excited to be in there?
Well, especially the last few fights, I'm just excited to be in there. You know what I mean? The last fight, and then whenever I fight in the Echo Arena, it's just special. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. But the last one, even though there was no crowd, I just wanted to fight. You know what I mean? I just wanted to get in there, and that's what this one's going to be like. No crowd, but I haven't fought for a year to the day. I'm going to get in there and do the exact same thing.
Yeah, no, of course. One thing I saw, and like, with a lot of fighters, they go through a lot of like weight cuts, of course, and it can be a really tough time, right? I heard one time like you went through, you lost like 18 pounds overnight, right? Which is
8.4 kilo I lost overnight.
It's crazy. Like, what goes through your mind when you're actually doing the weight cuts? Do you ever like doubt yourself? Are you like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. That's all you think, lad. That's all you think. Why am I doing this to myself? What are you doing, lad? Turn it in. Why are you doing this to yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what you think, lad. It is.
Yeah, no.
But that's what it's going to be like again. Well, saying that, it's not going to be as bad as that. Because when I was doing them big, massive weight cuts, I wasn't being a fighter 100% of the time. You know what I mean? I was going and being a normal 21, 22-year-old kid. And fucking just messing about, lad, and partying and eating what I want, lad, and then starting my diet 4 weeks out. Where like now I'm like, back then I was fighting a featherweight and I was walking around at like 84 kg. Wow. You know what I mean? Now I'm fighting at lightweight and I'm walking around at about 80 kg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like when I go to UFC, I'll be fighting at 66 because I know I can walk around even lighter. Because I had a nice big cheat meal last night. Lad, you've probably seen it on my Instagram, and I woke up the same weight.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah. No, I think you've definitely done the right thing in not joining the UFC too early, because a lot of people, they do join, they get hyped up and they join the UFC and they join too early. They're not too experienced or anything like that, and then they just fall then, right? So what you're doing is incredible, I think. Yeah, for sure.
Like it's gonna bowl me well when crowds come back, lad, because a lot of people get in there and they're not used to a crowd as big as the UFC. You know what I mean? They shit themselves. Where I've fought in front of a full Echo Arena, and that's where you're going to shit yourself the most, lad, in your own backyard, where you're meant to win.
Yeah, no, of course.
And I've never been finished there, lad. You know what I mean? Even going into fighting, injured, lad, and doing big crazy weight cuts, I went 5-5s, both losses.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. And do you do anything else apart from fighting, or like are you just solely focused on fighting? Because you mentioned just before we came on, now you was on Twitch, right?
Yeah, lad, it's just a nice little thing to do, innit, lad? I like having a go. I'm shit, like, you know what I mean? I'm not. There's a lad from by ours, lad, who's called Juhies, lad, who's earning proper dough on it, lad. He's unbelievable on the war zone. Yeah. He went to my school, lad. He's fucking earning more dough than me now, sitting in playing on his Xbox.
Insane.
So yeah, I like to have a little go, and then I've just downloaded the Twitch app on the console, started playing that. Because if I can start earning money on it, lad, it's another source of income at the minute. We can't do PTs, you know what I mean? We can't do nothing. It's hard work. I'm just having to look. It's a good job. I do get paid, or I do have to Cage Warriors, lad, or I'd be fucked at the minute.
Yeah. No, of course. What's training been like this year, and like obviously last year going through quarantine and stuff like that? Is it still the same for you, or has there been a lot?
Towards the back end of last year, I was just boxing because I got me like leading up to getting me hand surgery, because I had to get more hand surgery last year. Leading up to getting me hand surgery, I just focused solely on me boxing. Because I knew that I had to get this surgery, and then it was mad. When I got surgery on my other hand, because that was bone surgery, when I was punching, it was hurting, and not when I was grappling. It wasn't as bad when I was grappling, apart from when I was squeezing stuff. But this hand, it's when it started to get better, because it was ligaments. I was punching, and it's all right. You know what I mean? It's hard to punch with. So I went straight back to the boxing gym and was just focusing solely on me boxing with a gang of pro boxers.
Yeah. No.
And then obviously since the turn of the year, I've had to be straight back in doing me grappling again, where my hands got better and I've done a lot of rehab for it.
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. Did you ever have, obviously, when people become successful in what they do, a lot of people doubt them and stuff like that, right? Like how do you deal with that? Do you just ignore it, or does it get to you at times?
Which,
Like when people doubt
sorry.
you, like on
No, I use it. I use it to drive me on when people doubt me, lad. You know what I mean? I always see stuff on like people chatting shit about me on all social media and stuff like that. It's nothing new to me. You know what I mean? People send stuff around to me all the time, lad, just chatting shit about me. So I'm proper used to it, lad. I just get on with it.
Yeah, no, it's the best way to be in it. And like a lot of the people who are talking bad about you, they've never been in the cage themselves, right? And they just think they know it all, of course. Yeah. Um, what's your thoughts on, because obviously there was a Twitter a tweet that you did that went viral, right? Where you said that you wanted to box too.
Yeah,
What was
I'd fucking beat him up, lad.
yeah. What,
I'd
what
love
what is
to.
your thoughts on like on YouTubers actually wanting to become professional boxers?
It's just money in it. You know what I mean? It's half a disgrace to the sport, but it's money. You know what I mean? And money sells, lad. You know what I mean? People want to make money, and if these YouTubers can make you money, lad, then people are going to invest in them, aren't they? It's just one of them things. So
Do you know?
every MMA fighter after does need to jump on it.
Yeah,
I'm going to be, like I say, win this fight, and I'm more than likely getting signed. I think so. Win this fight, lad. As soon as I've got a UFC contact, Jake Paul will probably take notice of me just because
uh,
I'm on the UFC roster.
yeah, no, of course. Hopefully he beats Ben Askren, and then you get into UFC, and I will. Yeah,
Nah, lad, I don't even want him to beat Ben Askren, lad. I want Ben Askren to knock him out, lad.
adieu.
But
Yeah.
it's going to be a tough task for Ben, that, like.
No, of course, yeah, that's funny. No, like, what would you recommend someone who wants to not just do something in fighting, but like wants to like young kid, or it could be an adult, of course, if they want to do something they really enjoy. What advice would you give them?
Do it. Anything. Even as long as you're not hurting no one physically or hurting no one's feelings, lad. Know what I mean? Go and do whatever you want.
Hmm, yeah, yeah, no, like, a lot of people need to hear that, because there's a lot of things that hold people back, and especially doubters and haters, and people just need to do what they love. Like, as long as you're not hurting anyone, and you
Yeah,
provide value.
people always message me saying about like I want to go to an MMA gym, but I feel intimidated. Like this, you know what I mean? I always message them saying like, go down. It's not what you think. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Most MMA gyms aren't stuck in the 90s and the 2000s, lad. We're up to date now. You know what I mean? It's not like it once was. Everyone's nice and polite, and you go in, fucking, you get greeted very nicely. So just go and you're more than likely you'll get looked after because you'll be a beginner in the class. Just go in, and most of them do, and they love it, and they end up staying in the MMA gym what they've just visited. Because I get messages off people from all over the UK, and get all mad messages, lad.
No, of course, yeah. No, when I went to Chris Reese's academy the first time, I was like, oh, there's going to be all these people with all these big egos and stuff. And as soon as you get in there, everyone's just so nice. Like, it's so,
Yeah,
yeah.
like boxing gyms are worse than MMA gyms nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely, yeah. No, thank you so much for being, on the podcast, Paddy. I definitely, appreciate your time, and I'm so excited to see you March the 20th. Do what you do, do what you do best.
Lad, I can't wait, lad. I swear someone is. Well, I wish I could say his name, lad, but I can't. I've got to wait for them to put the post out there, lad. But
Yeah,
he's
no,
getting his chin to home with me, lad. Defo.
no, I'm excited to watch for sure. What I'll do, guys, I'll leave Paddy's social media down below. Go and check him out. He's definitely going to be doing big things in the future. You only is it 26 years old?
Yeah, 27, I was 26 last month.
Yeah, he's so young. Like, he's still got the future ahead of you. So for sure, like, go and check him out. Thank you again, Paddy. Thanks for your time, and yeah, I'm excited to watch you on March the 20th.
Steve, thank you very much, fella.
Thank you. Thank you.